Alright, in this video we're going to try a little bit of bottle slumping with these bottles right here. Stay tuned, I'll tell you all about it. Alright, the glass kiln I purchased recently is actually designed to do exactly this with glass. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to do a little bottle slumping. I'm going to show you the mold in just a minute, but before we get into that, I'm going to tell you right now, I've never done it. So we're going to do a little bit of learning, probably a little failing, but it's never a failure if you learn something from it. So we're going to do a little testing. Maybe we'll end up creating some really cool, creative, artistic stuff when we're done and learn what we're doing. But right now we just got to learn some of the basics. And I've been studying like on Google, internet, and all, trying to learn what to do. But what we're going to do is this. What we do, I got a couple molds here. For example, I'm going to show you this one mold right here. This is a mold that we will be putting the glass bottle in to melt it down to make, it will actually create like a cupping formation. Well, you actually have it like a spoon rest or something, but that would be the ultimate goal right there. And I got another way to actually make a double right here. You see it? It'll actually cut it in half so you have like a cheese and a cracker display. And we got some other molds for some stuff. But one of the first things you have to do is you got to make sure they're perfectly clean. And as you see, we got plastic, paper, stuff. That's all got to come off. And I've been reading a little bit about how to do it, but first thing we're going to try to do is just see if it peels off. And then we might have to soak it in some solutions to get the rest of it off to make sure it's perfectly clean bottle when we get started. So stay tuned. We're going to start trying to get it off right now. All right, I started online several methods to get them off. Mineral spirits, heat gun to heat it up to pull it off. But one way one guy says he does it is that puts hot water in the bottle and puts a sink full of hot water and soaks them in hot water with some detergent in it for about 30 minutes, and it should come loosen up to do it. Because most of these are put on by hot glue. So once you heat up to a certain point, they should peel off. Then you can take a Scotch-Brite or something and make sure all the glue's off of it. So let's try that. We're going to fill the sink up right now and fill this full of hot water and see how it works. Let's do it. All right, we got hot water in the sink now with a little dishwashing detergent, and it's filling up. I put water in the bottles themselves too, so I need to put some more in that one. I think a little bit leaked out while I was filling up, but that water's hot. You can't put your hand in it, it's so hot. All right, well, let's let that sit for about 30 minutes, and we'll see how it works. Stay tuned. All right, it's been about 30 minutes. Ooh, that water's still hot as a firecracker, though. Woo! But it looks like it is coming right off now. As you can see, it's peeling off. But you see the glue still underneath that, so we will definitely have to do some scraping and getting that off a little bit. But it is peeling off. Look at that. That piece coming off. Much better than it was anyway, so it's coming off. We'll take a razor blade, get what we can off like that. It's coming right off there. Look at that. We'll get a razor blade and get all this off and get it ready. So stay tuned. We'll work on that right now. All right, the hot water and the dish liquid clean 90% of the labels off, but as you see, there's still just a little bit of debris right here, like old glue on it here. You see just a little bit here and a little bit here. And we're going to get it off using some hand sanitizer and a little scrubber. I've already tried a little spot and took it right off. So I'm going to go through every one of these and make sure they are completely clean before we get started in the glass kiln. All right, we're going to actually use this heating sequence for the glass. It's got 3 different segments. The first one is you got a 500 degree raise per hour. It gets up to 1100 degrees. Hold it for 10 minutes. The second phase, 250 degrees an hour. Hold it for 1300 degrees for 0 minutes. And the third phase, you raise it 300 degrees per hour to 1425 degrees and hold it for 10 minutes. And they said that's done pretty good. It said it went up a little higher and they didn't do good, so it's 1425. So we got this program here right now. We had to paint this with this release. This is a release that once you put the bottle in here, it will actually come out. So that is the mold. We're gonna pull it up even right here. This should slump down, make a nice little spoon tray. What we'll eventually do though is probably have some paintings, and I'll show you what I'm gonna try to do with that in a minute. But let's get this in, crank it up, and see what it does. Here we go. All right, it's a pretty slow process doing this bottle slumping because you gotta bring the bottle up slowly, drop it down slowly, or the bottle will crack on you. And as you see, we're up to 1161 degrees right now. I think it's in phase 2 maybe, but it can take up to 9 hours to do one of these, depending on the process you're using also. It's gonna get dark on us before it gets done, so I'll show you the finished product in the morning. Stay tuned. All right, well, our first bottle slumping test was a learning experience. It wasn't a failure, it was a learning experience and a little bit of operator error. Let me show you what happened. All right, as you can see, it did slump the bottle down. It's got some cracks in it too, a little bubble here, but it did slump down. You can see how it melted down right here, but it completely stuck to the foam, and I had to break the foam to get it out, the mold right here. Why did it break? Let me explain something to you. Now, previously I had bought this right here, it's boron nitrate. This is called glass release. Little liquid with white powder like it, and you shake it up and spray it, right? Well, when I bought this, it came with these two bottles here, liquid with white stuff in it, and I didn't pay any attention. I was thinking it's the same stuff, glass release. What it isn't. I thought this was a glass release, and I put it on there thinking it was release, and it stuck to it like glue. I used the wrong operator here. It's my fault. This is actually super spray. It's called overglaze for kiln fired glass. This supposedly helps keep the glass nice and shiny. Sometimes it changes crystalline structure. The glass will change structure and get kind of a dull look. This is supposed to prevent that from happening in the glass. Well, we're going to use both of this time. First, I'm going to use the boron nitrate in a new mold, and then we're going to actually put this on the glass. It's supposed to help. So we got two processes we got to do here. We got to put that in the mold, this on the glass, and fire it up again. We got two of them we're getting ready to try out, and we'll give it another shot. This is a little smaller glass bottles, but let's go ahead and paint the new mold with that, paint the bottles with that, and get them in here and try it out. Hey, in case y'all didn't notice, we did purchase a nice cart to put all our stuff on, which is really nice. It's going to help us kind of keep everything organized here. I got my new mold out here. We're going to use these two bottles right here. And this one actually does have a slight crack in it somewhere. I know I saw it somewhere right there. If y'all look real close, we'll see how that does. So this is all experimentation here. We're going to paint these two bottles with a super spray, and we're going to coat this mold with the boron nitrate. All right, I'm going to do that right now. All right, I actually painted Gigmaster on this glass with some paint that's supposed to fuse into the glass when it melts down. So we'll see how that works too. We're doing a lot of different experimentations with fusing glass and doing some bottle slumping. We're just playing. Let's have fun. All right, the bottles are in the kiln. We're going to shut her down here and get started with the process right now. I'm going to get this set up right now and get going. Stay tuned. All right, after a little trial and error mostly, but anyway, after a little bit of that, we finally got success with bottle slumping. I didn't know anything about bottle slumping until I bought this kiln to try and melt that old 1700s glass. I started doing some research and saw that some other opportunities with this new kiln I bought. So let's check out what we did right here. All right, here we go. Now, the question is, will it release? Absolutely. It doesn't even stick at all. When you use the right stuff, like I said, I used the wrong stuff on the one you saw outside, and it stuck like glue to the mold and destroyed the mold. But this is working great. Comes right out. As you can see, it's nice and clean. Well, I hadn't washed it all. It's still got a little bit of stuff on the bottom there. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to wash it and show you what you can do with this. And by the way, let me stick this back in here. I did paint it with that paint that you can actually, it bonds to the glass, and you can see Gigmaster in it. See that? I mean, it's in there. It's melted to the glass. It's fused to the glass, what they call it. You know, when I put these in here, I didn't realize these two would fuse together like that. I thought each one would be individual, but it's kind of cool. And Mrs. Gigmaster came up with the idea, and we're going to take these in the sink right now, clean them up, and show you her idea. Stay tuned. All right, this will be one of the uses for my new Fuse 2 wine bottles here. Cheese and crackers. Holds them perfect. Look at that. That's pretty cool, actually. My wife says she'll go ahead and keep this and use it to do a little serving with. Very nice. All right. All right, that's going to wrap up my bottle slumping video. Hopefully in the future we can come up with some really creative stuff on this glass kiln. I like it. It's a lot of fun to try and everything. So anyway, appreciate everybody coming along. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share, and subscribe to the Gigmaster. Have a cracker and cheese.